Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Gecko Podcast. My name is James, and this week I am joined by my friend Luke.
Hey, how are we?
Yeah, pretty good. So, QuakeCon is currently underway in America. Did you catch any of the reveals or trailers?
I actually didn't catch any of QuakeCon. I only just found out about it when you started the episode.
Oh, well,
Um, so this will be just as informative for me as it
excellent.
will be for you.
So, for those who don't know, QuakeCon is a yearly convention held by ZeniMax to celebrate and promote its studios like id Software and to show off any new games they have in the works, like Doom Eternal and Rage 2.
Ooh, Rage 2 is looking very, very nice. I was a big fan of the first Rage.
I never really played the first Rage.
It was a very, very fun game. It kind of mixed the post-apocalyptic aspects with car combat, and
Oh, okay.
it felt like it was just a very fun game for me.
Yeah, nice. Doom Eternal is looking pretty solid, I must say. Introducing not only a slew of new weapons and guns to rip and tear the new enemies apart with, get that pun. Doom Eternal also features a PvP style invasion mechanic, which allows you to take on the role of a demon and invade other players' games. So, Doom
Ooh,
Eternal
that's
is set to
very
launch in 2019. So, what would you like to talk about this week?
Well, I've been playing a lot of CS:GO lately, and I gotta say, they just released their new Panorama UI for it. I think it was
Okay.
just last week. And I don't think Valve know how to troubleshoot problems at all. Okay, sorry, now it started playing. I don't think Valve know how to troubleshoot any problems they have with any game they release. It's just
I mean, it is
laggy,
Valve they're
buggy.
talking about.
Oh well, yeah, that too. But I've been really, really playing a lot of CS:GO lately. I've probably clocked like 40 hours in the last week or two.
Yeah, right.
And I've also just picked up the Game of Thrones series box set, for
Excellent.
$70. Yeah.
Nice.
So I've been because I never watched past the third or fourth season,
Mm,
and I gotta say, oh, it was beautiful. Really good show. I'm
that.
also reading the books as well, so I've had Game of Thrones on the brain for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, nice. Dat Red Wedding, though.
Oh, dude. Oh, my heart. Oh,
Right?
yeah, it broke my heart, dude. That's It's such a good show. It's got me so hooked. I've still got to watch the rest of the sixth season and the seventh season yet, but
Yeah, definitely.
oh, oof. Yeah,
And,
the Red Wedding was definitely quite heavy.
oh, absolutely. There's,
But other than that, I've been playing a couple. I've been playing this early release game,
yeah?
this early release title, Staxel. It's kind of like a Minecraft-esque game mixed with Stardew Valley's kind of farming and building and producing kind of
Oh, okay.
gameplay aspects. Very, very fun game.
Hmm.
Yeah. What have you been playing lately?
I haven't been. Oh, so, if you listened to the last episode, I recently, downloaded, a game on, an emulator that I have on my computer, and it's all in Japanese because that's just the sort of games that I play now. But basically, I can't play it on my phone because my phone's a piece of shit. So I downloaded this simulator
Oh, do you use
emulator.
BlueStacks?
Yeah, yeah. I use BlueStacks, and
That's what I use as well.
oh, it's great. But
It is very fun.
I downloaded a game called Shonen Jump Ore Collection, and basically what it is, it's a gacha game. It's you get a bunch of in-game currency and you use that to get new characters, but it's sort of like gambling in a way where if you click on like a multi or anything, like you're not entirely guaranteed to get what you want. They've got like
Mm,
really low rates on like some characters that you gotta essentially go really deep in the banner for to end up getting them. It's
mm.
it's a pretty fun game. Like I mean, besides it all being in Japanese, it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it quite a fair bit lately.
Nice, nice. So you've been playing a lot of those more obscure titles,
Yeah,
phone,
I love me
phone games and stuff.
some obscure games.
I've heard. Well, outside of playing just obnoxious amounts of CS:GO lately, I picked up the latest Naruto Shippuden game. That was an experience. That was a good game.
Hmm.
It was on sale. I got it for like $10 with all the DLC, and I was like,
Oh,
I had to
nice.
jump on that. Yeah, very good, very very good game.
Definitely.
Playing a lot of the old Dawn of War games as well, Soulstorm and stuff
Oh,
like that.
those are honestly the best of the Dawn of War games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The old Dawn of War games were the best.
Yeah,
Two was okay, but three just really dropped the ball for me.
yeah,
And I mean, you can't really expect too much from Games Workshop in any sense,
that is true.
in my opinion. They just consistently just drop the ball with a lot of the stuff they do,
Yeah,
whether it be from tabletop pricing or killing off Warhammer Fantasy and replacing it with Age of Sigmar, and yeah,
yeah,
it's such a really bad taste in my mouth.
oh, me too. Like, although thankfully at the moment, Games Workshop have re-released Kill Team, which is, as I'm sure you're aware, a small scale skirmish type tabletop game where you make a small unit of like 5 or 10 models, and you get to customize the bejesus out of them and give them like random skills that allow them to be like better on the tabletop and all this sort of stuff. And essentially, the way that I see it is um, it's like budget tabletop gaming, which is great for people that don't have a bunch of money like me.
Yeah, yeah. Kill Team has always been something I've been quite interested in.
Mm,
And when I had my tabletop spree a while ago, there weren't too many people really playing it at hobby stores.
yeah,
Most people were just doing, the 1750, 2000 point tournament style games. Um, but yeah, Kill Team has always been sort of like, well, you've got Pauper in Magic the Gathering.
mm.
Kill Team's always kind of been GW's Pauper option, really.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
only want to
definitely.
buy a single box of Space Marines, you can, yeah, customize the bejesus out of them, make each soldier, each Space Marine, or each Guardsman, or whatever you want to play in Kill Team, its own hero,
Yeah,
essentially. And you
or
focus a lot more on the individual strategy of uh, manipulating, 5 to 10 rather than to a massive army. Yeah.
yeah, or you could just be pure cancer and go Tyranids.
Yeah, well, that too. But I don't think Tyranids actually have a very good Kill Team presence. I know they're
Not
killing the meta in
necessarily.
tabletop at the moment,
Yeah.
but it's been a very long time since I've ever played any tabletop for 40k.
Me
It's
too.
just with GW's pricing increases lately, and yeah, it's just obnoxious to even try and get into it. I
Yeah,
think a
absolutely.
10 pack of Space Marines rings you $60 these days.
Not at the place that I go to, but I'd assume that that's the way that it is in town at the Games Workshop. Absolutely.
Oh, definitely. Even on their online website, their pricing is still, yeah, still pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the
definitely.
website now, and it's like, yeah, it's not very good. It's just the prices. Seeing 2 or 3 digits for such a few, like small amount of models is pretty
Mhm.
obnoxious. Like one Space Marine captain is $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
having to keep up with buying codexes and stuff
oh,
like that.
don't even get me started on codexes.
Yeah, God.
Another thing that
PDF
I've
anyway.
been really into lately is I've recently started watching Overlord, the anime. Just because I wanted to get into it. I've been meaning to watch it for quite a while. I've got a few anime on the back burner that I haven't, that I've been meaning to watch, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and stuff like that. But I gotta say, Overlord actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's it's fairly decent. I'm really enjoying it.
I started watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think I got 2 episodes in, and it was just, I think it was a bit too much for me. It was really full on, I should
Yeah.
say, I guess. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed the first episode when they were building the story, but then when I got to the second episode, I was just like, I'll take a break and watch it later. And never got around to doing it.
It's very
Um,
cartoony for an anime.
yeah, it definitely is. There's a lot of anime I've been looking into watching. Um, More or less rewatching, I should say. I need to rewatch Soul Eater. I've
Mm.
been meaning to rewatch Bleach. I courted the idea of rewatching Naruto, but that's just a little too much at the
Oh,
moment.
definitely.
And 720 episodes or something obnoxious like that. It's crazy.
I mean, you could always just start watching One Piece.
No, I've had enough One Piece to satisfy any man for any period of time. Daniel watches One Piece, and no, I don't think I would ever enjoy watching One Piece,
Yeah, me too.
and nor would I even try watching an anime that's nearing on its 1000th episode like that. It's crazy.
I mean, it's kind of daunting when you think about it. It's like, oh, hey, I'm gonna start watching this anime. Oh, cool. Like, how many episodes is it? Oh, just like 1,500 episodes. It's like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound like a good idea at all.
And there's a lot of TV shows that I need to catch up on. Like I
Yeah.
never did get around to finishing past the first season of Vikings. I need to finish Game of Thrones, and of course the 8th season of that's coming out soon, which I'm very excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Black Sails as well. I
Never
watched
got
the
into
first
it.
episode of that. I loved the first episode, and then I just never got around to watching the rest of the series there. But that's on the back burner as well, obviously.
Yeah.
I tend to do more rewatching than I do watching new content. Maybe I've just got nostalgia goggles on too tight, but a Silent Voice, I think the movie's called, that animated movie,
Yep.
Silent Voice. So that was I wanted to rewatch that, but I don't know if my heart could handle it.
I
Um,
I would like to rewatch it just because I was in a rush when I was watching it the first time. Um, and I guess I didn't really get it as well as other people did. Like, don't get me wrong, like I definitely got the message of the movie, and like there were emotions and everything, but at the same time I was in a rush because I had an event on that night that I had to go to, and I was like counting down the minutes. I was like, oh, this
hmm.
movie is going to finish soon. I got to start getting ready, and it's like trying to focus on two things at the same time never is really a good thing for me.
No, I'm definitely not the best at multitasking myself, but
Mm,
I'd 110% recommend that you sit down and watch that, like just absorb it as much as possible because it's a very, very good watch. It's
yeah.
just an amazing film. And speaking of events, uh, Parkway Drive,
Oh man.
Viada's Murder and Killswitch Engage coming to Next Newcastle.
I the level of excited that I am for that cannot be put into words.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is probably like my 6th or 7th time seeing Parkway Drive,
Mhm.
probably 7th or 8th time seeing Viada's Murder, and I'm still just as excited, if not more excited, to see Parkway and Viada again than
Yeah.
I am to see Killswitch Engage. But I'm also incredibly excited to see Killswitch because the legends that they are,
Oh, definitely.
and coming to like Newcastle, you don't expect a band like Killswitch to come to Newcastle.
Yeah, well, that's like recently they had a tour like a year or so ago, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're only coming to like Sydney and Melbourne and Brisbane and Perth," and I was like,
The
"Okay,
big main cities, yeah.
yeah, it's like I can't do that. Sorry." They had like some other band with them, like some like Egyptian band, I think. They
Oh
seemed pretty
wow.
interesting, but yeah, I didn't end up going, obviously. I did see Parkway during their last run of Australian tours, which was the Horizons tour. That
Oh,
was
the 10 years of Parkway.
that was just perfect.
Yeah, I caught the 10 years of Parkway. That was a few years ago, actually. Now,
Actually, no, sorry, it was their 10 years of Horizons or something where they played Horizons from start to finish.
yeah, they played like 30 songs in that set list. It was crazy.
Yeah.
20 or 30 songs. They played a bunch of it. Oh wait, no. I think on their 10th anniversary tour. Oh wait,
Hmm.
the 10th anniversary tour and the 10 years of Horizons were different, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
was
I was
waiting
I
for
was
you to
at
notice.
I was at the 10 years of Parkway.
Hmm.
I didn't go and see 10 years of Horizons, although I should have. Um,
Missed out,
I
man.
mean, I'm kind of jaded by Parkway though these days. I
Yeah.
mean, I think they kind of dropped the ball on Atlas. I mean, they had some good songs
Hmm.
on Atlas that I thoroughly enjoyed, and then they released Aya, and that was just where, for me, my enjoyment of Parkway kind of just stopped. Like,
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I can definitely understand what you're saying because I've listened to most Parkway albums from like start to finish, and like with Atlas, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, but then I got to Aya and I only listened to like I think 3 or 4 songs from the whole album, and then I was like, I really don't have an interest to listen in the other ones, and they've released this new album which kind of sounds like dad rock with a twist. It's like,
Dad rock with a twist is
yeah,
like the perfect description for the new album. And
it's a weird.
I was an old school Parkway fanatic. Like I
Mm,
grew up like Parkway Drive was one of the first ever metal bands I started listening to,
yeah.
outside of like Disturbed and System of a Down. But then I got into Parkway, and for 3 or 4 years I was just obsessed with them. Like that was all I listened to, their old albums, and that this was just when they released Deep Blue.
Mm,
And then Atlas came out, went and saw them on their Atlas tour in Australia, which was good. It was
yeah.
really good. But Aya and then their latest albums just kind of left me jaded. I hope when we see them live in Newcastle that they play more of their old tracks, which I doubt they will because they're just debuting their new album. But
Well, for
I kind of hope they play some of their old music.
yeah, well, for the 10 Years of Horizons tour, they did obviously play all of Horizons from start to finish, but at the same time, they focused on playing a bunch of other crowd pleasers, and from that whole set list, there wasn't really that many songs from Atlas or Aya that they put in there. It was just older songs, and then I think that was before Wishing Wells came out, but I think they played like one new song that was going to be on the album, and that was it.
I kind of just want them to play their entire EP, like the 6 songs off their EP. I love
Oof.
that. That's one of my favorite albums of all time. But not to forget the other bands, Died as Murder have been going so strong lately. I mean, I don't think
Absolutely.
they've ever really had a period where I thought they weren't super strong as a band. Like
Mm,
they've just consistently released really, really good albums. And, Holy War was an absolutely amazing album.
yeah, so
Fur
was
and Claw
Hate.
is an amazing song. Lightbearer, Coffin Dragger, just absolutely amazing songs.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely looking forward to a new release from them.
Mm.
They did that little split album with a couple other bands whose names I can't remember, but they released a couple songs.
Yeah, I
But
think it was uh
Suicide
correct me
Season,
if I'm
no.
wrong, but it was like Fit for an Autopsy and the Acacia Strain.
Yes, I'm a big Acacia Strain fan as well.
Never really got into
Um,
them. I listened to like one of their albums and it was pretty decent, but I just didn't really know where to go after that.
they have some real big bangers, real big bangers. And obviously, there's not much that really needs to be said about Killswitch Engage.
Yeah,
Obviously,
absolutely.
just the legends of rock that they are. But I've been listening to a few newer bands lately.
Yeah,
I've been really, really into a band called Varials.
haven't heard of
Kublai
them.
Khan have been absolutely dominating my playlist
I've
lately. Kublai
noticed.
Khan. Um, yeah, Varials is a very, very good band. Pretty recent to my memory, but they've been releasing some really good songs.
Their name
Um,
kind of makes me think they're a skate band.
well, they do skate apparently. I mean, in
Oh.
one of their videos for their song Stigmata
Mm.
is definitely my favorite track of theirs. Shows the singer popping a 360 flip down the set of stairs, and
Nice.
so they're obviously old school skate kids and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
they've definitely taken off really strong in their band. Very really good band.
Yeah, that's
And then there's
excellent.
Spite,
Mhm.
very good band as well. More edgy, I should say, very
Okay.
edgy band, but still very very good to listen to.
Well,
Um,
some of the bands that I've been listening to recently, I've I never really listened to them that much, like back when they had their original singer. But one of the bands that I've been listening to is Chelsea Grin.
ooh, Chelsea Grin.
They
Yeah, I used to be a
recently got
big
a
fan of
new
theirs.
singer,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, the ex-lead singer of another deathcore band called Lorna Shore,
Oh,
and
I know Lorna Shore. Yeah.
yeah. So their old singer is singing for them now, and they came out with a bunch of new songs recently. one called See You Soon, which I've been listening to like crazy. It's just it's really good, and I haven't been listening to like a bunch of metal since like before I got into them, so it's a nice little change from like what I've been listening to recently to what I'm listening to now.
Yeah, yeah. I've been listening to. I went through a massive phase not too long ago of listening to like underground rap, like
Mm.
Florida style rap. XX Tentacion, Ski Master, Slump God. Some Miami rap, like New Orleans style rap as
Yeah,
well.
nice.
Suicide Boys, stuff like that. Um, all just like underground trash that I was really into. But getting back into metal has been really refreshing for me,
Mm.
especially coming from listening to like a lot of trap and techno, as I said.
Yeah,
But
no, I can imagine.
yeah, getting back into metal and getting that spark back for metal that I lost after a while, just really, really refreshing. That's why I'm so happy that Parkway again is coming to Newcastle.
Yeah, me too. Like there hasn't been like ever since and I guess a few people that are listening to this that haven't really been to Newcastle where we're from before. Newcastle doesn't really have much of like a
A scene.
a metal scene or like a local music scene that much anymore because like most of the
Oh, with
places
the
have shut
Panthers
down.
closing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Panthers. It started with Panthers closing down, didn't it? Well, it
Um
didn't really close down. It got closed for renovations, and they've
I'd
only recently finished with the next.
I'd say it all really started with the Loft, to be honest.
See, I wasn't exactly into the Newcastle scene back when the Loft was around.
Neither was I. Like I only went to like a few like local shows at the Loft, like, and that was before it got shut down, and it was fun at the time. Like the scene was like well and truly alive back then, and there were a whole slew of like new Newcastle bands coming out of the woodwork, and it was a really great time. And then they shut down, and then Panthers closed for renovation, and then it just all really started to fall
Well, we
downhill.
had Hombre as well, didn't we? We had Hombre, which was
Hombre
a
was
lovely little
good.
venue.
Hombre
I
was
loved
good for
Hombre.
a
I went to a
while.
lot of shows there. They had a lot of really good local bands and
Yeah.
bands from all around Australia that were doing like little East Coast runs and stuff like that. And then that obviously got bought out or sold by Mitch, the
Mm-hmm.
owner of the venue. Got
Um.
turned into a drone.
Yes, and Drone was around for a while, which
Yeah, it was open for 1 or 2 years. I went to their final show and they had a bunch of Halloween shows and they'd usually have at least one band, like one not band, but one show once a week, usually
yeah.
on the weekends. And then that closed down out of the blue, and
Here we
yeah,
are.
that was a sad sight. Here we are in Newcastle with no live music whatsoever.
Yeah. But speaking of live music, the have you seen the set list? Sorry, the lineup for Unify.
I saw the picture and had a glance at it.
So
I'm gonna Google it now.
yeah, like there are a few decent bands on there that I wouldn't mind seeing. One being I Killed the Prom Queen with its original lineup,
Oh yeah, I saw you posting about that. Is this 2018 Unify or 2019 Unify?
2019.
Yeah, I saw you posting about Prom Queen coming back. I was at
And
Confessions last tour. That was really good. I met the singer.
yeah,
What's
I
his
I really wish I went to that. It would have been great to meet Michael Crafter.
Yeah, Crafter. Yeah,
Yeah,
Crafter. I
yeah,
got a he signed my shirt, I believe. I've got a Confessions shirt sitting up on the wall there.
excellent.
Bought it at his show, shook his hand and met him. He's a really, really lovely man.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm
Um,
looking at the 2019 Unify set list now.
mm,
Data Remember, a very strong band. Really liking the Data Remember.
yes, they've
It
always
Rise
been
Against
good.
as well. Never really been into Rise Against.
I think you may be looking at a separate Unify.
Unify 2019, is that it?
Yeah, Unify 2019.
The Gathering one?
No, it's just Unify.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that set list. You might have to link me to it.
Yeah. I'll
Has it got Under Oath on the link? Under
yeah.
Oath on the page?
Under Oath.
Oh, that one's like Carnival in Hearts Wake and stuff like that?
Yeah. That's the one.
Okay, yeah. Under Oath never really got into them.
Neither did I, but you know, they're a very big band in the scene, and I know quite a few people that are still fans of them.
I've never really heard Carnival either, actually.
Carnival is the don't I completely forget where the that's right, it's the lead singer of Birds of Tokyo's second band.
Okay, Birds of Tokyo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Birds of Tokyo. Yeah. In Hearts Wake, I'm a massive, massive In Hearts Wake fan. I love In Hearts Wake.
Yeah, they're
They've been
pretty
making
great.
some really, really good music. Ocean Grove, I'm really excited to see Dream on Dreamer and Hands of Mercy doing stuff. Hand of Mercy and Dream on Dreamer are two big bands that I was into back in like my scene phase when I was like 13, 14.
Everyone had a scene phase.
Everyone did it. I don't care what people say, they had a scene phase, but
Yeah, definitely.
mine was definitely Dream on Dreamer and Hand of Mercy. And
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of Escape the Fate back when Ronnie Radke was in the band.
Yeah. So recently, I'm thinking about closing off the show with just a little bit, like just this last little thing. Recently, me and Laura, who's been the co-host on the last two episodes, went through an old box that she got given to her by her grandmother. And she found the box at a garage sale, I believe, and so this old box was just full of like old DVDs and CDs and stuff like that. There were quite a few.
I remember seeing you post that on Facebook, actually.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
The like most of the old DVDs weren't in their boxes. They were pretty much empty. There was like a Naruto DVD, but it had none of the DVDs in there.
Oof.
The quality of the DVD made it look like it was like from some third world country or something. But one of the things that I did find, however, was a full set of Neon Genesis Evangelion, which
Oh wow.
is a very which is a very big anime, and I recently found out that there's apparently a like if you got the right disc, because this was found in Australia, it was like a little creepy Easter egg or something that you found if you went to a certain thing in the menu for the seventh disc, and it was like a little 12-second video of like some woman sitting on a bed in like her in her underwear, just like staring at the screen. And yeah, I saw this a few nights ago, and I was like, "Oh shit! I think
That's
I have
horrifying.
that DVD." Yeah, it's like it just pops up like out of nowhere, and it's like, yeah, nah. I haven't checked to see if I have it yet, but I'm definitely gonna give that a check, and I'll probably say if it is there in the next video. But two of the other things that I found, which I thought were pretty cool, was a promo demo for the PlayStation 2 game Drakengard. Never really got into Drakengard, but the promo...
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, but the promo demos were... if you went into a video game store, like, throughout the early 90s, I guess, early 2000s... Sorry, early to late 90s to early 2000s, you'd see the game consoles hooked up to like a sort of stand, and they'd have the controllers hanging out, and you could play like a demo. Promo demos are what they are, and they're pretty hard to come by. So I managed to get one of...
Might be worth something.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that. I tried to see what it was worth, and I just couldn't find anything. There was no one selling the same thing, so yeah, maybe it is worth something.
Well, it's definitely rare by the sounds of that, then.
Another thing that I found was a PC copy of Final Fantasy VIII.
Ooh.
Yeah, all 4 discs and everything.
Old school.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to do a live stream of Final Fantasy VIII soon over on Twitch. I'll be sure to update anyone who listens to the podcast on when that's going to be happening. But for now, I'd like to thank everyone for listening in to this episode. If you've liked what you've heard, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn the notifications on. Leave us a like, share, whatever. My name is James, and I've been joined by my friend Luke. And
Howdy.
I'll catch you next week.
Have a lovely week.